Team, how's it going? Happy Friday. How exciting is this promotion that we get points now for $99 welcome packs as well as the $199 welcome packs. And you still get your business building bonuses and all of that. So there is a lot of growth to be had on your teams, and there's a lot of money to be made because you're earning points now. There's a lot of you that are going to hit some pretty crazy goals before the end of the year. And I'm excited to watch that. And I just wanted to hop on here. I was thinking about this last night, and I am pumped for everyone that is so on fire to run after their goals, because now you get immediate points from no matter who you enroll. Basically, whatever welcome pack they get, you get immediate points for that, and that's amazing. You can see it right in your back office. Within a few minutes, you're going to see your points increase. So your activity directly affects your rank advancement, your point growth, your team growth, all of that. So there's no like waiting till next month or whatever. And that's amazing, and I love that. And I love that instant gratification piece, and I love that our work is rewarded so well in this company. And I'm really excited to watch the next couple months. But one thing I want to address is a reason why I think we're probably all really, really excited about this, because a lot of us who have been around for quite a while might be really heavy enrollers. I know we have some people on this team that are really big enrollers. We've enrolled a ton of people this year, especially over the summer and since the springtime. And a lot of you haven't seen very big point growth. And you're doing all this work and you're spinning your wheels and you're enrolling people and you're trying to grow your team, but your points aren't growing and you haven't seen rank advancements. And so I know that this new points for welcome packs incentive is really, really great. And we're so excited because we all know we can enroll really well. And we have a really great team full of really big heavy hitters and rock stars. And, most of you listening to this have probably enrolled upwards of 20, 30 people just in the last 6 or 8 months, which is crazy. So I know that this is going to be huge, but one of the reasons I think we're so excited for this is because we had done all that work and didn't see our point growth, and it's because we're dealing with a retention issue. And I genuinely think that the key to long-term growth is keeping the people you have. And we can't just keep spinning our wheels every single month and just enrolling if we're not taking care of them on the back end. And so you're going to get really burnt out if you're just trying to enroll all the time and not worrying about their success after they've joined your team. And so, or maybe you're super, involved in their success, but maybe there's some tweaks you can make to help them be even more successful, to help them stick around longer. Because on our team, I've seen a lot of people be really successful 30 to 60 days, but beyond that, it's like maybe we think they have it down or they have it all together and we don't keep helping them, or I don't know, I'm not quite sure. And I'm trying to hone in on what that is. So hopefully I can offer you some of my tips, because I've seen a really good increase in retention personally over the past 4 to 6 months of just how I've been treating my people and helping my people and keeping them around and keeping them with subscriptions on and keeping them commission qualified and all of that, and getting them to stay on the products and find success with the products, or maybe change products if they need to, or whatever. And it boils down to getting ahead of the problem and getting ahead of the issue, or getting ahead of whatever troubleshooting they need to do, or whatever. You need to be in front of it instead of being reactive on the back end. We need to be proactive with our care, give better customer care, so that if an issue arises, we can handle it on the spot instead of checking in with them after it already happened. And then it's kind of a lost cause, right? You may have heard this before, but with a lot of habits, if you skip one day, it's like, okay, you can maybe bounce back the next day. But if you skip 2 days, the probability of you hopping back into that habit are very, very slim. And the same goes with our Plexus products. If somebody goes on a trip for a weekend and doesn't take their Plexus products, that Monday morning when they get back, their difficulty is so high in getting those products back on their regimen. Taking those products again is going to be so difficult for them. And so we don't want that to happen to our people. And we don't want to let them be dealing with issues without us knowing about it. And we want to guide them and hold their hand through all of it. And I know that we have a team full of really good enrollers. And I think that if we all contacted our people that have already joined our team, as much as we contact people we are trying to get to enroll, it would be a game changer. Because I know so many of us are following up with all these people we're trying to get to join our team, to hit these incentives and whatever. And once they join our team, it's like a week later we're talking to them, or you know what I mean? Like, it's too long when we really should be talking to them every few days. So basically, I kind of want to walk you through a couple things that I think are important. Now, once we have somebody enroll, it's important to set them up for success. So as soon as they enroll, you're adding them to our product support page, you're giving them a welcome, and you're giving them some tips. I love to ask about their typical diet and water habits. I want them to start tracking their ounces. I want them to get a water bottle that they love drinking out of, because hydration is so important, and proper water amounts are so integral to their success with Plexus. Because of what the products are doing in the body. And if their body isn't properly hydrated, the products are not going to be as effective, flat out. And especially if they're trying to lose weight, I pitch it to them this way. Think of the more water you can drink, the more weight you will lose. Like, the product will be more effective if they're drinking more water. Their skin will be clearer, they'll think better, like all the things, like they'll feel better, everything. Water is just, people need to be drinking water. So help them do that. Say, how are you with your water intake? Do you track your ounces? Do you have a water bottle you love? What's your typical diet? Where are your pain points, and what are you really good at? Where are your big meals? Where are your small meals? What's your breakfast like? Whatever. You're starting your day with protein. Get them on the track before they even receive their products to be making smart choices. So that when they get their products, they've already been doing really good things for a few days. And then once you give them that, maybe right after they order, you're giving them tips on, diet and water and all the things. Then, ask them after a couple days, hey, have you found a water bottle you like? How is your water? What is your, how many ounces have you gotten today? How many ounces did you do yesterday? There's a lot of apps that can track their water intake. If they want to keep a food journal because they're somebody who's sensitive to things and they're trying to work out their digestive issues, that's something you can have them look into. And so just getting them going, like, hey, I'm here for you. I'm helping you make healthy choices. I want to help you analyze what you're doing and be your accountability partner. That's really important. And they grow in trust in you, and they start to respect you a lot because they know that you're trying to keep them accountable. And a lot of people don't have anyone in their life keeping them accountable at all whatsoever, you guys. So be an accountability partner for them. So get them started really well, and then check in with them 2-3 days later, about the water and the food and everything. And then 2-3 days after that, they're probably close to getting their products soon. So they're receiving their products. Make sure you sent them how to take the products. I like to email it and also maybe tag them in our product page, and also say, I emailed this to you and tagged you in a post on our product page, but I'm also going to send it to you through our Facebook Messenger. Like, get it all up in their grill. Like, send it all over the place, because people have a hard time reading anything. And so if you can send it in multiple places, it obviously shows it's important information and you want to walk through it with them. And I can't tell you how many times I have done that to people still. And then like 2 days later, I'm like, hey, have you started your products? How was your day starting it with Slim? How do you like the taste? I love starting my day with it. What do you think of the flavor? And they'll be like, oh, I drank Slim, at lunch with lunch, and I took 2 ProBio 5 because that's what the bottle said. And I'm like, what? No, that's not what I told you to do. And so then imagine if they had been doing that for 4 or 5 days before you talk to them, and all of a sudden they're having like crazy detox and they're not having results and blah, blah, blah. So hopefully you can try to get ahead of these issues. And so anyway, checking in with them the day they receive their products, making sure they understand how to take them and are set up for the next day. And so once that day goes by, that evening, hey, were you able to take your products today? When did you drink your Slim? Did you like the flavor? When did you take your BioCleanse? Are you going to take your ProBio 5 tonight? Like, is it sitting on your bathroom counter where it's convenient? You'll remember to take it, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, what I'm saying is you have to check in with them a lot in the beginning. So maybe you get them on their first day or two, and then maybe 2-3 days goes by, and you're like, great. How are you feeling? How's your sleep? How's your mood? How are your cravings? What are you loving about the product so far? Are you liking starting your mornings with Slim? Do you love the lean shakes? I love them. We have them every single day. Are you loving them? Do you want me to recommend any recipes? That kind of thing. I really like to always put a positive spin on it and make sure that I am asking for some type of positive answer, because if there's anything negative going on, they're probably going to tell you anyway. So I like to bring some positivity to it and celebrate the detox, walk them through it. We have a lot of troubleshooting resources on this page, and I'll probably link to them. I have a training video on troubleshooting. There's a lot out there for troubleshooting, and everyone is different. Everyone experiences different things. So I'm not going to make recommendations for tweaking products right now. The whole point I'm trying to get to is that the second they order products, you are talking to them, you're prepping them with diet, exercise, water, that kind of thing. A couple days later, you're asking them about their diet, exercise, water, right? How are they doing? Are they tracking it? All that kind of thing. The day they get their products, you're asking them, did you get, the information on how to take them? I sent it to you over Messenger, I emailed it to you, and I tagged you in on the product page, whatever, right? And then the day they start, okay, this is your regimen for the day. Check in with them that evening. What was your water, ounces of water that you drank? When did you drink your Slim? How many BioCleanse? Whatever, right? You make sure they got it. And if they're like, oh, I forgot to take whatever it is, you know what I mean? Great. Well, you can take that now, probably, unless it's like, X Factor Plus before they go to sleep. I probably wouldn't recommend that. It might make your tummy hurt, but, or like MetaBurn at night. Like, don't do silly things. But what I mean is most of the things can be tweaked around, and you can say like, okay, it's okay if you forgot your BioCleanse at 10 a.m. Like, you can take it at 4. It's fine. So get with them and talk to them every few days in the beginning, and then after maybe they've gotten their products and they're in it about a week or so, right? Then you're like checking in again, and maybe you're adjusting regimen, and you're asking about their mood, sleep, cravings, energy level, bloat, or any detox symptoms, right? And like, what are you noticing? What changes are you noticing? What do you love about it so far? And walk them through that. And then a few days later, check in again. I'm serious. In the first 30 to 60 days, you guys, you should be talking to them like every 3 to 5 days, because then you can address any issues that are supposed to arise. And you can make sure that the next month they've actually used up their products and are ready for a subscription to come to them. And maybe if they're not liking a certain product, like maybe someone's trying Accelerator and they don't love it and they're like, I'm not quite sure. Okay, great. Let's shift to something else. Like, what are you really wanting? Are you wanting more of a fat burner, or are you really looking for the energy? Because maybe something like Active or something like Edge, whatever, like maybe that would work better for you. Why don't we try that this month? And so you can have them add that to their subscription and walk them through how to edit it and make sure that they're ready for those products to come, or that they can adjust anything, instead of just like, oh, I didn't love X Factor, so I took it out of my subscription and now they're under 100 PV, right? Or we could have guided them through that entire process and said, okay, well, next month I want you to try this, because that'll probably help you to be a good replacement for that, and help you in these different ways, right? So really getting ahead of any issues and prepping them for their subscriptions to come the next month is going to be so important. And if you can get them to, get that second subscription and now contact them when they're supposed to receive it, right? Hey, did you get your new stuff? Let's revisit your regimen. Let's revisit your water, your diet, your exercise, your stress level, your sleep, all the things. Address all of those again, right? After a few weeks, address them again, and check in with them. I'm telling you guys, it takes like a solid 60 days for someone to really get in the habit of taking these products. And sometimes it's a matter of getting them out of their kitchen counter and out of their kitchen cabinet and putting them on the counter, or moving their Probio 5 to their bathroom sink right next to their toothbrush, or setting a water bottle that's full every night on their nightstand with their Probio 5. Whatever it is, there is a tweak for it. There's something to help. Maybe they need an app to remind them to drink water. Maybe they need to set reminders on their phone for all of their products because they are just running around crazy. They're a mama with 6 kids running all over the place all the time, and they forget to take stuff, right? Like, I totally relate to that. But there's ways to get people to be consistent because you want to be holding them accountable. And you want to be the person that is helping them achieve their goals, because when you call them on stuff, they see you in such a more trusting and respectful light. I've had people, say like, oh, I'm too busy to remember this. I'm always running all over the place, or I eat meals at different times, or I work crazy shifts or whatever. And it's like, okay, well, can you set reminders on your phone? Can you download this app to help you drink water and set it for the right times throughout the day? Can you just put this Probio 5 on your kitchen counter, so if you are working a crazy shift, whenever you happen to go to sleep that day, that will be the thing you take before you go to bed, even if you're working night shift and you're sleeping in the middle of the day. The specific time of day isn't as important as your actual sleep-wake cycles, product-wise. So that's really the more important part, and having an empty stomach versus with food. Those are probably the 2 really important things, are being like wake time and sleep time, and empty and full stomach issues. Like, it's not like you have to take products at 10 a.m. every single day if they work night shift and they don't want to take something at 10, you know what I'm saying? So understand what they're going through in their life, understand that you need to talk to them every few days in the beginning, because this is a new habit for them. You need to hold them accountable and be the person that they can count on to check in with them and give them tips and help them see results, and make sure that they are doing all the things they need to do. Now, I'm going to address the people that totally ghost you for a minute. So I know that when we try to check in with people, especially on Facebook Messenger, they might not respond. Oh, what if they don't write me back? I've been checking and checking. Guess what? You have their phone number and their email in your back office. So you have two other modes of communication for them. You do not need to rely on Facebook Messenger. You can check in with them, and you probably have their Instagram too, right? Like a lot of our people we follow on Instagram too, especially with other people that are really close to us. So you might have three other methods of communication that you can talk to them with. So reach out to them on one of the other ways. Hey, I sent you several Facebook messages. I noticed that you weren't responding. Maybe that's not the best way to get a hold of you. Is this better? Or should I email you? Because I would love to connect and help you, reach your goals and see how things are going. And I just love an update. Is this better? Because I noticed that's not working. You're not responding over there. So maybe that's not a good way to get a hold of you, right? Very professional. Just reach out another way, right? You don't have to just sit there and be like, oh, why are they not responding? Why are they not responding? Like, people are busy. People read messages. They forget to respond. They do that with text messages too. They do that with emails too. So you've got at least 3 ways, maybe 4, to get a hold of them. So saying they don't respond, they don't respond, they don't respond, if they're your ambassador, you've got other communication lines in your back office waiting for you. So that's just kind of self-sabotage and laziness, in my opinion, because you've got other ways to contact them. And so that's my tip about that. And then if you're helping them, and you see that they've kind of turned off their subscription or whatever, or changed it in any way, I would, and I'm going to get in the habit of this too, is check those things every few days or at least every week and tell them, hi, I noticed you changed your subscription. How are you doing with your products? Have you been consistent? Do you have too much of something? Do you want to switch something? Let's talk about your results and your regimen. Now, if you've been following up with them this whole time, you should know those things, but I know that right now, if you haven't been doing that, then you're like, oh, they turned off their subscription. I don't know what's going on. Well, ask them. Say, hey, I saw that you turned off your subscription. I saw that you edited your subscription. Let's talk about what's in it now, or what results you're looking to see, or what you're not seeing so far, or how you're feeling, how your regimen is. Talk to me, give me an update, because I want to make sure that you're successful. I want to make sure that this is worthwhile for you, and I want to make sure I'm holding you accountable in the areas that you want to be held accountable. So asking them, hey, what's going on here, is very professional of you, very trustworthy of you, and it's your business. So you're running a business, so why would you let people fall through the cracks? And we're spending so much time and effort and sometimes money getting people enrolled just to lose them and not care enough about them to hold them accountable for their, the results that they told us that they wanted, right? And we want them to have success, because obviously we want them to stay on their products, but we love to have their friends on the products and their family on the products. And we want them to go out there in the world and give Plexus a good name and give you a good name. And oh my gosh, this team is awesome. It's so supportive. I had these results, and start talking about it on social media and tell their friends about it, because Plexus is amazing, you guys. And it's like part of our job. Literally is your job to help these people achieve their results. And so if we're not doing that, we should always be looking for ways to get better. And part of that is talking to them every couple of days so you can address any issues that might arise. And then addressing if they are not taking certain products, or they need to switch certain products, or if their habits or regimen has gone off a little bit and they need to get back on it. And finding out their favorite method of communication. If it's not Facebook Messenger and they want to be texted, then text them. If they want to be called on the phone, call them. If they want to be emailed, email them. You know what I mean? So if something's not working, you need to figure out how to contact them another way, and address if they change any amount of their subscription. Because if they change it in any way that's under 100 PV, or they turn it off, we know that they either have a surplus of products or they're not seeing the results that they want. And again, about like, oh, so-and-so can't afford it right now or whatever. And obviously everyone has different financial issues and financial situations. But one thing about that, if they were seeing the results that they wanted, they would find a way to afford it. That's my opinion. I know that there's some people that like literally cannot afford anything, and that's fine. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the people that find the time to buy all the junk food and buy coffees every day at work and all this stuff, and they're online shopping all the time, and they're saying they can't afford Plexus, right? So those people, it's like, yes, you can. And it's because you haven't seen the value yet, and that's our job to instill the value. So if after 1 or 2 months they're saying, oh, I can't afford this, it's probably because they haven't seen the results that they're looking for. And why is that? If we would have started with them day 1, every 2 days, 3 days, talking to them the whole way through it, keeping them accountable, helping them with everything, they would see results. Because honestly, in my 4 years with Plexus, I have never seen these products fail to work with people who have taken them correctly and consistently and drank their water. They work for everybody that does those things. And so I haven't seen somebody not have success is doing it right and doing it correctly and listening to instruction and being coachable and all these things, right? It's the people that are inconsistent, or they eat whatever they want, use Plexus as an excuse to like eat whatever, or they aren't good with their water intake, and they're, kind of not taking things consistently. Maybe they're taking some stuff here and some stuff there, and they, do one probio 5, and they skip the next night, and then they do 3 that night, and they just change stuff. It's the people that are like so inconsistent that aren't seeing results, and it's our job to help them be successful. And that is all, a part of follow-up, and we need to be on them and be with them and hold hands with them and really run with them together so they can see the results that they're looking for. And business-wise, that is where you're going to get the long-term growth. It's going to be keeping the people that you have while you're enrolling new people, but you need to have that customer care on the back end. You really, really need to, or else you're going to be spinning your wheels. You're going to get burned out. You're going to be tired out because you're going to be constantly trying to enroll when you're losing everybody after you've gotten them enrolled. So I really want us to pay attention to, yes, enrolling a lot this month, but moving forward, if you really want to have that growth through the end of the year and really take advantage of this promotion, everybody you're enrolling this month, you need to keep them next month, right? You need to keep them so you can stack points on points, right? So you can really see some big time growth. So don't just enroll, like set it and forget it. Don't do that. Set them up before they get their products. And as soon as they get their products, you're all on them. Every couple days, you're on them, you're on them, you're on them. And if they need a different method of communication, you're emailing them, you're texting them, you're calling them. This is your business. Treat it like one. Take it seriously, because whatever you do or don't do is going to show up in your points. And so now is the time to really get on that, because you have such potential to grow like exponentially through the end of the year, and all of 2020. I mean, how we do in the next 60 days is going to set you up for a good 2020 or a bad 2020, depending on what you do. So we want to get as many people in the door and taken care of as good as we can. And so today, what I kind of like to do and what I'm been doing is everybody who's joined in the last 30 to 60 days, I am checking in with them. I'm asking them what they're loving about their products. Remind me about your regimen and what are your, top 3 to 5, goals that you're looking for. I want to make sure we're on the right track and I'm giving you the right advice and I'm, sending you the right resources. And I'd love to shoot you some stories of some people that I know you would like, reading because you would relate to them. Send testimonies. I'm checking in with those people. Even if I talked to them yesterday, hey, how'd yesterday go? I know you were gonna, change the time of your bio cleanse or increase your dosage. Were you able to do that? Just ask. Don't ask anything that would lead to a negative answer. Obviously, ask things in a positive way or a neutral way, which is great. So turning around and checking in with everybody is going to be key today or over the weekend, because starting next week, we're going to focus on growing our networks and pouring into those people and enrolling and getting things going for the rest of the month and the rest of the year. So I want to make sure that we're taking care of our people, talking to them every few days, especially in the first 60 to 90 days. So I highly advise you, if there was someone who has enrolled in the last 60 days, if you have not spoken to them in 5 days or more, it's time to check in with them. It's time to follow up with them and ask them what they're liking so far. Ask them about their regimen. Ask them what their average ounces of water are each day. Ask them how their diet has been and how are they feeling. How's their mood, sleep, cravings, energy, all that stuff. It's time to check in with them. If you checked in with them yesterday, it doesn't hurt to check in with someone again, guys. Every time we talk to someone, it makes them feel important and cared for. And it gives them a reason to trust us and know that we're going to hold them accountable. So I would definitely do that. All your people that joined last month, the month before, I would get out there and talk to them, and moving forward, start prepping our people for success and making sure that they are going to have success on their products and keeping in contact with them. And something else that is really important that I have loved doing recently is, right when they get their products, I often will, ask them to send me a picture with them with their pink drink, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, you forgot to post that, and give them a first post example. Like, would you mind posting that? I know you have, friends or family who might love trying this too, and you will earn X amount of commission if somebody, joins under you, whatever, or, buys the same pack you do. And guess what? If you get 3 people, it's going to be this much. I think that would be super cool. I think you could help so many people. There's probably a lot of people in your network that would love these products too. Would you want to post that? And let me know after they say, yeah, sure. Then I say, okay, let me know when you post it, because I am going to leave a supportive comment. I would love to check it out. So easy, super easy way to get people to post the first time, and also have them post with their excitement in our product support page. That's fantastic. And I often will ask them, hey, you just got your products. Now, next week, I would love to throw you a little online informational event. When would work best for you? Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday evening? Do you have any of those available? because I would love for you to invite some friends and family. They can learn about the product, and if anybody wants to buy through it, I'll direct them to buy through your link, so you get the kickback and commission for it. They'll be like, oh yeah, okay, I guess Wednesday. Like, they don't have to do anything. Say it's an hour of post, we'll give them product info and maybe a testimony or two, and just if anybody's interested, we'll direct them to your page to order. And you'll get a kickback from that, which is awesome. And they know, they have the numbers from that you just told them about posting, from if they go silver or whatever. I don't really use the term silver, but I just say if you enroll 1 person, this is how much money you'll make. If you enroll 3 people, this is how much money you'll make. So I asked them posting, I asked them to have events. And these events, you guys, are not just a team growth event, they are also a belief building event for that new ambassador. They're getting information on all the products, they're reading testimonies, and they're seeing people ask questions, and hopefully you're looping it into 3-way chats after that event and answering these people's questions and getting conversations going, and they're starting to see the incredible opportunity they have in these products. And so I love events for that reason, because it's a way for us to build belief in the products too, because I know that we all start with the products we know we need, but not everyone has our same needs. And so if we can have more of those events with our people, it will help build belief in the products. It will help build our belief. It'll help us understand more how our products can affect other people, and answering questions is really how you learn on the job. So I think that that is super important to help people see what these products can do for them and their friends, and also make some money along the way. But I'm excited to see how the rest of the year goes for us. I think that our team is going to knock it out of the park, but I want to make sure that we are keeping all the people we have right now along the way, and keeping everyone that we enroll this month and add to our team. Our team is on fire, and we've got a lot of heavy hitters here, and I know that you guys are going to start seeing some huge rank ups and some huge point growth goals being hit on this team. So anyway, if you have any questions about follow-up or troubleshooting or whatever, please ask, and I can't wait to see what you guys do. So bye, guys.